there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Mix It Up Monday, which is a monthly hop we do using mixed media. I am also doing Series 17 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. The sketch today is from Cindy Brown, and I'm going to start out with some mixed media since we are doing Mix It Up Monday. Mix It Up Monday, normally there is a sketch involved, but we're going to use the same one as 30 Days of Sketches. And I thought this really industrial looking stencil from Stamperia would work really well because as we left out of the port of San Francisco, we went underneath the Golden Gate Bridge and I got some really cool shots of it. And so these kind of make me think of the industrial nature of all of the grid or the bridge iron work. And I thought it was really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. And I am using 3 photos just like she's got in the sketch, but my photos are large. So I am going to be doing something a little bit different with my papers in the middle and my embellishments. But I think you can still see the inspiration from it. So hopefully it kind of resembles the sketch when it's done. For the record, I don't really always feel like I need to follow the sketch exactly. I'm just pulling some inspiration from it and using the portions that work either for my photos or for the story that I am trying to tell. And I did go ahead and splatter my paper with some Lindy's, it's called Bachelor Button Blue Mist. So I just splattered that over the top of it. And if you're wondering what I put through my stencil, it was just some Black Soot Distress ink that was left over on my ink pad, my ink blending tool. And I don't know, I might have dipped it in there again, but it's not really bold. I have these chevron pieces. These are from this Close to My Heart kit. I think it was called Let's Go Anywhere, and they were already cut for me. So I have these 2 pieces. I wasn't sure I would ever use them, but I'm going to go ahead and use them on this particular layout. And they're going to do a little bit of the design work for me. I also thought I would use that plaid paper, which actually works really well with my photos, but I think it just became too much pattern with my stencil work in the background. So I don't end up going with that, even though you're going to see me put it down. I will pull it back up. I'm going to go with a reads like a solid type of orange paper. It's not truly a solid, but it does look like a solid. And it's going to go a little bit better since the Golden Gate is bright orange. We're going to go with orange, and orange plays so well with blue since they are complementary colors on the color wheel. So I thought, let's just go with it. Again, you're going to see me do this piece, but that's, you'll get to see it and see what you think. Let me know if you think it was too busy or not too busy. And while I'm thinking about what I want to replace that paper with, I decided I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges of my paper with some black soot just so that I can have a nice border. I'm really kind of enjoying the borders right now. It's especially when I use white paper. I always feel like I want something around there, and I felt like the black was going to be the best option for this particular layout. So I am just using an acrylic ruler, and then I am running my black ink pad down the edge. Normally I would go ahead and spray that ink that was on my desktop and pick it up with some other white paper, but because it's just black, I wasn't too worried about it. But if it's a color a color other than black, I normally go ahead and pick up that color with a separate sheet of paper, like one of these little photo mats, and then I use it somewhere else in my album. But I have black photo mats, so I don't normally worry about it, but I didn't have them with me while I was scrapbooking this because I'm not at my house at the time. So I just went ahead and used more of the ink. And here I decided to go ahead and pull up that extra ink since I had quite a bit more of it, and I'll set that aside for some other project. So I'm going to go ahead and rough up the edges of these photos, and I mentioned this on Friday's video that I know a lot of people worry about the acid-free and lignin-free and don't want to mess up their photos, but these are printed at home. I print most of my photos at home, and all of my photos are readily available digitally. These also don't have any people in them. They are pictures of going under the Golden Gate Bridge, and I'm not too worried about them for longevity's sake, but you know, I don't feel like roughing up the edges is going to be a big deal anyway. Um, I find that most of the time in albums down the road, people don't hang on to a lot of the photos that are just scenery unless there's people in them. So I feel like these are not going to be that big of a deal if we get rid of them. I've also lived in the Bay Area my entire life and have numerous photos of this bridge, although not from this vantage point. So I'm not too worried about it. Um, Again, like I said, I can reprint them if I feel like it's necessary, but my photos on Friday, I did the same thing, and I want to repeat that in my album a couple of times, and these types of photos are the kind of photos that I want to do that with. I don't want to do it with photos that actually do have myself or my husband or our friends in them. So uh, this is really just going to be the um, you know, these are like supporting photos. And they're, like I said, it's a really cool perspective that unless you're out on a boat, you're not going to get this kind of perspective of the Golden Gate. So, um, I also really like the perspective of the tip of the Golden Gate as the boat is going under it, because it makes the boat feel huge compared to the bridge, when in reality, that bridge is huge. So, kind of cool. Okay, I'm still using that plaid paper, but it's going to be going away really quick here. As you can see, I've pulled out an orange piece of paper, and I am going to go ahead and replace this piece. I'm going to save this piece. I'm going to put it back in my kit and use it for something different. It goes great with the kit because it's got the right colors in it. It's just not right for this layout for me. Um, I did measure to go ahead and make sure that I cut off the same amount so that my little black edge shows all the way around. And then I am going to take it over to the edge of my desk here and fold it kind of not in half completely, but bend it so that I can tuck it underneath that chevron piece, so I don't have to remove the chevron pieces at all, and I can just go ahead and stick it down. So this little luggage piece that says travel on it, that was a gift. It was part of the swaps that we did on our cruise to the Caribbean in February. And Lisa at my scrapbook table hosted that for us. And a few of them I decided to pull into my Alaska album because I have a lot of them and I really liked them. And some of them worked like they just go really well with the Alaska album as well as the Caribbean album. So I thought the ones that I could pull in here, I would go ahead and spread out the love. I am going to use that rub-on that says Happy Place and that orange rub-on that's beneath the piece that says Travel on it. And then I'm just trying to figure out what else I want and where I want it. So I'm thinking I'm going to use this orange, or not orange, the blue globe, as well as that orange ticket over to the side. So my clusters are very similar to what the clusters are on the sketch that I've got going there. I'm also using a couple of pieces from MK's shop or from her, these might have been in her monthly box. So I've got some charms here, one that's they're travel related, and then I've got the little potty people that also had, I think, airplanes and cars in it. And so I'm going to go ahead and use the potty people, and then I'm going to use the silver charm that is travel related over on the right hand side. And I'm liking how that's looking, bringing in a little bit of blue to each of my cluster, as well as a little bit of the orange. The brown, I don't think I brought in brown to the other two other than maybe some twine over in the right hand side. But I also don't feel like it needs it too much. Just because there are a lot of brown tones in the photos with the shadows on the bridge and such. So I'm kind of just leaving that as is. I do have a couple of little photo frames here that I am roughing up the edges with my distress tool. I know MK's been out of stock on the distress tool. If that's something that's of interest to you, you can go to her website and punch in, look under tools, and then put your name on the wish list area or the let me know when it's back in stock area. And that lets her know how many people are interested in it, and you know, she will be restocking it. I know she's going to restock it anyway, but If there's a lot of people that are interested in it, she will restock it probably sooner. So she does look at that stuff. I know she does. So again, just roughing up all the edges of my little pieces here. I'm liking the way that looks. I feel like that's a perfect thing to do for Alaska photos or an Alaska album, just because there's a lot of nature and stuff, although these photos don't show a lot of nature other than the ocean. There is a lot of nature going on, and, things are not perfect in nature. And look at me, I did go ahead and bring in some brown to that right hand cluster. Apparently I changed my mind and thought it needed something. I am just using a little bit of twine here. This is, I think this is the Stampin' Up! Linen thread that I am using. And I did use a little bit of glue on the tip of my fingers and rolled the tip of it so I could feed it through the little opening on the charm there. And I'm liking how that's looking. The potty people make it a little bit bulky on this left-hand side, but I'm okay with that. I don't mind bulk in my layouts or in my album, and they're certainly not any more bulky than some of like a piece of wood veneer would be. So I'm liking all of that. While I work on that, don't forget to go check out everyone else playing along with 30 Days of Sketches, and I really enjoyed the sketch and had a lot of fun with it. You can also get a bunch of mixed media inspiration from everyone playing along with Mix It Up Monday, which is hosted by Tara over at the Paper Snob. There is a link to the playlist down below in case I didn't say that. Sorry, distracted with my cat. Yeah, so there's a playlist down below, so you can go and check out all of the inspiration for this particular sketch, and I'll be back again with another layout in just a couple of days. So hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this one, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. You can hit the bell if you want notifications each time I release a new video, and I will be back with another one in just a couple of days, so I will see you then. Thanks so much for watching. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.